You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live Portraits, featuring intimate, in-depth interviews with Black Hollywood stars and influencers. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live Portraits, Dario Kristen.
Hey everyone, it's your host Stacy Ike here at Black Hollywood Live with Portraits, and I have a special guest for you guys. I have Mr. Rick Fox, which is my favorite thing to do. We're going to talk about it, but introducing Mr. Rick Fox, how are we?
I'm well.
Good. You guys can't see so closely, but his teeth are just... Yeah, anyway.
I got cavities. I keep telling you, I got cavities.
I still don't believe it.
I'm human.
So how's your day been going? I know it's been really busy.
I love the rain, and it's a rainy day in California.
Yes, it is.
So it does rain in California.
Yes.
I've been running around with my man over here, Ernan.
Doing his thing?
Yeah,
yep.
pushing the word out.
I love that shout
about the McCarthy's.
Yeah.
The show I'm on coming up tomorrow night.
That's awesome.
Got a couple workouts in.
Did you? In between all that?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Gotta get the workouts in.
Love it.
Just came from yoga.
Are you serious?
Yes, a big 6'7".
Favorite? Do you have a favorite moment? It's not like I wouldn't believe it. It's just the time that it takes to be. I mean, it's a discipline. I mean, which makes sense with everything else.
No, I mean, what helps me doing it is waking up every day, knowing that if I don't, I'll start to feel the pains of 14 years of an NBA career. So
really, okay.
Yeah, so I do it for comfort in life.
Right.
Try not to lose my flexibility.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay, so Rick has many sides to him, which we already have figured out with the acting versus basketball, and I heard you do a little singing. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of your acting career. I love the fact that you've been in this game from when I did the math, am I right? Almost 21 years?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You sure did.
Oh my gosh.
I just say 20, but it has been 21.
You're coming up. That's
amazing.
Years, That's amazing.
It is when I think about it. I played basketball for
right.
14 years professionally, and the thought that actually I've had a longer acting career than an athletic career.
Crazy, right?
Really doesn't hit me until I look at my pension and I see that my SAG pension is better than my NBA one, which is
ridiculous.
Yeah, acting has been less taxing on my body than the NBA has.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them both.
That's awesome. Well, the fans, I tweeted at them earlier and asked them, okay, what do I need to ask Rick Fox? And they were a little mad that I didn't have any basketball questions in mind. So I'm going to just throw those out, get them out the way.
You just throw out any question, I'll answer in the basketball format.
Exactly. And that helps you guys. So somebody really wants me to make sure I ask you, what are we going to do about the Lakers right now?
I'm glad you said we.
What are we going to do?
I solely don't have the answer.
Exactly. I understand
I really don't.
What are we going to do?
We are going to pray a lot. We're going to hope that they get things on track here. But if they don't, we want to hope that they tank really badly. Not intentionally, but they have to finish in the bottom 5 so they can get a draft pick.
Right.
But it is hard. It is hard to watch. They had a big win last night. Kobe doesn't think they're a 4-13 team. He thinks they're better than that.
Of course.
And I tend to side with Kobe. I just don't know if they're good enough to be a playoff team.
Right.
So being stuck in the middle, not a playoff team and not a lottery team, is not where we want to be. So I guess a lot of prayers. Send up a lot of prayers and hope the team stays healthy and hope something miraculous happens in the next 2 months.
Well, I heard you also mention earlier in another interview that people in the NBA right now don't really know how to win championships. What do you mean by that?
Well, not everyone.
Okay.
Some teams do.
Some people
San Antonio Spurs do.
Right.
Texas. Yeah, there you go. There are some championship-minded organizations still.
Right.
The ones that we're accustomed to, the Lakers, the Celtics, they're down now. They're not at their best. The Bulls have won championships in the past. They are on their way back, I think. So it is a philosophy, but it's also a culture. It's a franchise system-based of principles where the players have to buy in, and if they don't, then you get a lot of poor basketball and teams that really don't know how to win championships.
All right. Is it crazy for me to ask
You're
you
just bored talking all this sports.
No, basketball is the only thing I actually, I mean, I didn't mean to tell everyone I can't stand football, but it's not my thing. I can't do it. So basketball, I'm all about it. And I'm Texas. So the Spurs and I have a relationship that I appreciate them.
Right.
The Rockets, I'm so sorry. Anyway, is it crazy for me to ask, do you ever find yourself rooting for the Celtics like at all? Like just a little bit?
I'm appreciative and grateful of the start I got from the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
I don't root for them if they're like they play the Lakers on Friday night.
Right. Which
I root
is
for
where
the Lakers.
Yep.
But oddly enough, I'm everything Boston. I'm a Red Sox fan. I'm a Patriots fan.
Right.
I'm an LA Kings fan though, hockey wise here.
Right.
And I go to the Celtic games. They treat me as if I'm still a Celtic, as if my whole career was in Boston, which it wasn't. I was a captain of the Celtics at one point. I get a lot of love. The fans still treat me really well.
Good.
There, it probably didn't hurt that I dated a Boston girl for a number of years. It didn't hurt there.
Yep.
My son went to school in Boston, graduated from high school. So I have a lot of Boston background.
Right.
I didn't pick up a hard Boston accent.
Right.
But I do support them unless they're playing the Lakers.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah. So I root for them. I want them to win.
As you should. I mean, that I would be kind of mad if I saw you on that. I mean, no offense, but I'd be
I don't root
confused.
against them.
Yeah, that's good. Sportsmanship. I like it. Somebody wants to know, who's the most influential? Would you say Parrish, Kobe, Shaq, Bird, or McCall?
Most influential today?
I guess.
Or just,
overall.
I mean, wow, Larry Bird was huge. I was Larry's rookie. Larry was huge.
Yeah.
It's hard to deny what he and Magic Johnson meant to basketball in the 80s. So I'd put he and Magic on the same pedestal when it comes to the influence they had on the game. Who are some of the other names you said?
Kobe, Parrish, Shaq,
I played
Kobe.
with Robert Parrish, Shaq and Kobe, and in the 2000s, and Shaq in general. Michael Jordan passed the torch to Shaq, and Shaq then is kind of passed it on to Kobe for that stretch. But I've had a chance to play with some really, really great players.
Yeah.
The guys you've listed. But Larry and Magic, for me, I think, really shifted basketball as a culture in this country and really brought the focus at a time when basketball was struggling.
Right.
Really brought it to its height. And I think we all are benefiting, even to this day, because of those two guys.
Right. Well, now that basketball's over, I can talk about what I want to. No, I'm totally kidding. No, I do. I love it. I love it. But like I said, I'm a huge fan of your acting career because I think it's so awesome that you were able to transition that way.
Paying attention. I'm just going to attempt.
No, this is why we have it. Okay, so can I tell you that I hated you on One Tree Hill?
You did.
Hate.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dante,
which is wonderful. But I couldn't stand you.
Yeah.
How did you get there?
Mike Tolan Robbins. They produced One Tree Hill, and they brought me in for a 5-episode arc, and I had been and have been received really well when I play villains.
Yeah.
From my Oz days on HBO to One Tree Hill.
Right.
When I play bad guys, something about it that clicks in for me and clicks in for the audience to really.
It works. I definitely believed you.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was just telling someone today that I read for a pretty bad character on a show, and I thought, well, they said I did a really good job. So we'll see if I'm playing some more bad guys in the future. I like laughing though.
Yeah.
I like comedy.
Really?
Yeah, we got to get CBS to kind of keep me around.
Exactly.
Episode,
right. Because I was thinking you were going to be recurring, but then they said it was like a huge guest. I'm like, just one day. I feel like
it's a start.
Start's always good.
We're dating.
Always good.
We're dating. Trying
to see if there's gonna be a marriage going on.
I
like it. So we love comedy. We like I've seen you do the rom-coms. Of course, The Game. You had a wonderful recurring role in The Game. Do you have a favorite?
I shoot that on Friday.
Do you?
I go back to shoot. Yeah, I've been.
I wasn't sure. I didn't like the way you came back last season.
I know.
So rude.
Yeah, I was rude.
Why are you messing with her?
well Tasha and I have had quite the tumultuous relationship, but I do come back. I do come back in season 9.
Yeah.
And we shoot. I shot some of that a couple weeks ago, and I shoot the last scene.
Do you have a favorite scene with Wendy? I mean, you guys have done so many. I mean, your character arcs have just gone up and down, turn around. You've changed so much. You've come back. Hair, jobs, everything.
Yeah, I honestly, without giving it away, we got a pretty memorable scene that will air probably not for another.
No, I'm kidding.
Probably another 10 months or so. But
Right.
but that'll end up being my most memorable scene. Though up until this point, probably her singing goodbye to me after we broke up in the office early on.
Gosh, I mean, Irv around. I just loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. You were able to see the old cast and the new cast. Do you have kind of what's the dynamic been like?
I haven't worked with a lot of the new cast.
Okay.
It's pretty much Tasha
Okay.
and Pookie.
right.
Rockman Dunbar,
Right.
great actor. But the old cast I got really close to.
Yeah.
Pooch Hall and Jose's still there.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. I mean, we had a good cast going there.
Gosh, that's so awesome.
Kobe Bell, the guys.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like eventually Kobe
I said
to.
tomorrow, I meant to you. Sorry.
No, I'm waiting
The
for. So they get it. They know. I mean, they get this all the time. But I'm waiting for Kobe and you to have some kind of an interaction where one day he steps up and gives a crap about Tasha, which like I feel like might never happen. But I just want them to eventually be. I don't know. I follow the show.
Stay tuned. It's got a couple more seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll wrap it up where they'll leave the fans feeling nice and warm and cozy.
Yeah.
Cozy?
Cozy?
Cozy.
You can say
Cozy.
it. Okay, so
talking
in addition,
basketball, I got Bob Cousy on the mind.
Right. Yeah. See, you said you were going to answer every question in a basketball type of way.
Right.
So you're just giving the fans what they want. So in addition to, I mean, you've had so many guest roles. Is there a show right now on the air that you would love to guest? I mean, in my head, I'm thinking like, ooh, maybe he should do like Walking Dead or How to Get Away with Murder or something. I mean,
Well, I'm in Atlanta all the time. They shoot there all. The How to Get Away with Murder, I'm all on that show right now.
Right.
Yeah, and look, my daughter turned me on to it.
It's so good.
She came here for Thanksgiving, and she got off the plane, and she watched a couple episodes, and she wanted to be a lawyer. That's the first thing out of her mouth, she wanted to be a lawyer. And then second of all, she said, Dad, I'm telling you, it's not what you think it's going to be.
Crazy.
Watch it with me. And she made me watch it, then I made my son watch it. And it's kind of like a family treat right now.
Yeah.
That's a good show. I got a lot of Homeland.
Oh, good one.
I love Homeland.
Good one.
All of the shows that are out right now.
Could you have been on Breaking Bad, do you think?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, that would have been fun. You would have been crazy.
Giancarlo, man. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all brilliant. But, yeah, the dark comedy stuff is, the dark dramatic stuff and dark comedy is fun. But, this sitcom life is a fun life, too.
Yeah.
I've been doing some of those. This is an example of one of the McCarthys and Mom also. So I like that as well.
I was going to say the McCarthy's is set up so differently because you have this live studio audience and it's so different from at least The Game and a couple other shows. Yeah. So you get there, you guys have the rehearsal, the table read, all that stuff. Then you have that live day. What song is in your iPod before you get ready?
You know what? I'm a little different as an actor than I was as an athlete.
Okay.
I did listen to a lot of music going to the game.
Right.
Acting wise, I didn't have to stay in too much of a character. I played myself. But as for for me on the day of shooting or prep or whatever, I usually pretty much in my scene, running my lines, staying focused and concentrated. Right. Not a whole lot of play for me.
Chit-chatting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is different. It is different because for me, I use my body as an instrument when I act, but unlike when I played, I don't get the big physical release that I have. For me, it's more staying, focused and prepared and in character. And in the case of playing, anytime I play myself, it's making sure that I don't try to act.
That's what I was
which is the most difficult thing to do.
I was just about to say.
Trying not to do too much.
Yeah.
That along with, in the case of The Game, I play a version of myself that's not necessarily who I am. When I met with Mara Brock-Akil, I said, look, Mara, I'll let's trade off on my brand. I need some comedy experience. You guys can use, Rick Fox, but take Rick Fox that everyone knows and flip it on its head and make him as out there as you want to go. And we did that. And
I didn't expect you to be the comedic relief in so many scenes.
Yeah.
It worked out.
And it is interesting because the Rick Fox on The Game is, I would say maybe you can find 20% of me in that, which is fun because a lot of times people think that's actually me. But
they should be able to see the fact that you're having.
I think after all these years, I think they definitely get that I'm having fun.
Yes, exactly.
Fun with it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So with the McCarthys, I mean, you're going to be with this Boston crazed family, and then they want to see Rick Fox.
Yeah.
But not this Rick Fox, the other Rick Fox.
Right.
So what?
The real Rick Fox.
Which is, I mean, that's probably the scariest thing, or is it not?
It wasn't scary. First and foremost, it was in great hands. If it's on the page, then you're going to be safe. And if you're coachable, as I would say, and in the case of television and movies, if you can pay attention to the director and follow the instructions, you're going to be led down the right path. And I had all of those things set up perfectly for me. On top of that, a cast of pros that have been in the game for a lot of years, and those that are coming up, who made me feel really welcomed and were open to playing and letting me play, have input. And that's what the week is about. The prep leading up to that is looking to make it as funny as you can. And I got to be a part of that dance with those guys. And here it was earlier on in their episodes, where I think maybe it was episode 3 or 4. And they were trying to still find the show. They were trying to get it on its feet and find their characters and make sure that it continues to grow to get to a place where it could stick around and America could enjoy it. And I think they're getting there.
So you're dating right now. Are they supposed to propose to you? You're going to propose to them? Like, how do we get Rick Fox on episode 9, 10, 11, 12? Like, how do we do that?
I got my agent here. Call my agent, please. Right now.
Excellent. I got you.
I do work consistently. So if they have those thoughts, it's a call to my manager, and I'm definitely we just keep going.
That's awesome.
I'm available, but not for a few weeks now.
Right. That's awesome.
Maybe in the new year sometime.
Well, I mean, we got to let this episode sink in. Tomorrow you guys have to see this incredible
everyone
moment.
Has to
you got to laugh and
the ratings
have fun.
To go out
gosh,
the roof.
Ratings. So speaking of the McCarthys, which we know Rick Fox is going to be guest starring on, we have a little clip here.
Hey, Gerard, happy birthday! Thanks, guys. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, Gerard. Ready for your gift? Okay, who was your favorite Celtic back in the day?
Larry Bird.
Who was your second favorite?
Kevin McHale.
Okay, but who'd you like in the 90s?
Antoine Walker, Reggie Lewis, Dee Brown.
Name another guy.
I don't know. Rick Fox.
You're welcome!
Oh, wow. He was in the actual closet.
Rick Fox? You gotta be kidding me.
I love him so much.
Really? I'm Larry Bird.
Well, I love you too.
That part of so you're in athletics, and you know there's ratings, and there's this, there's that, and then there's ratings, and how does that kind of tear around for you?
Look, we're judged by wins and losses, which is a quick rating system. In the NBA.
Right.
You lost or you won.
Yep.
And television and Nielsen ratings, or ratings in general, and DVRs and who's tuned in. You're competing with you're playing a game. I play a game tomorrow night with the cast of McCarthy's, and we play and we compete against 400 other options, right? I mean, thousands of options, including things that people might want to do that don't even include television. But it is about building, I think, in today's marketplace of viewership and competing for eyeballs and interest. It is no longer a quick hit. You got to hit singles, and then you start to build your audience, and you keep spreading the word with social media and interviews, and you start to have people tune in, and they fall in love with a little bit of a character or a little bit of a storyline, and then they start to come back. So you almost have to court your audience. You have to date your audience. You have to give them a reason to show up, and no longer is it the immediate 15 million viewers on your show. In the case of like a Big Bang that's grown to what that is, a successful CBS show, you build it nowadays, and you build it with a strong cast and a strong concept and support showrunners and directors, and then you kind of you need the faith and the push and the enough of a runway of a network to get behind you and stay behind you until the audience fully finds you.
Well, what's your favorite way to interact with fans? I mean, to get those kind of pushes, because I mean, we have social media that is such a crazy part of a lot of people's careers now.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah. So.
Well, if you don't interact and the fans will find someone else who will.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, of course, across the board, I've been on a number of shows now where I've been blessed to be in show communities where we live tweet the show. I'm on Hit the Floor on VH1, and that's a major hit for VH1. But we get together as a cast and crew every episode, and we live tweet. Yep. And they've built a huge following with that. The game does that as well.
Yep.
And so I think it is. That's today's method of interacting with the audience. Being here and graciously you taking the time to ask me these questions and people tuning in to watch allows us to expand and get the message out. So I definitely I've grown social media wise.
Right. I know it's not easy.
It took me a minute, and I didn't get in late. I got in 2000, and I like to think I'm an early adapter, which I was. I just got in trouble tweeting early on.
What happened?
I tweeted something, I think, in the first
year,
2 weeks of my Twitter. I did not realize how powerful it was, and I made a comment, and it got picked up, and then ESPN picked it up, and it ran, and it became this story for a week. And it wasn't anything malicious or negative. It just was a strong comment and an opinion, but they wanted to build on it, and so I froze. I froze after that for about a year, and so I didn't hit the early Russian wave. I sat out on the sidelines until I got a handle, and my girlfriend kind of helped me with that because I introduced her to do it. We kind of started at the same time, and she had in a year she had 1 million followers, and I had
Is she having lessons? Do I need to write that down?
Oh no, she just has a massive following.
God.
And but I had frozen, and I tried tweeting a couple times, and it just kept getting me in trouble, so I just said maybe it's not for me, but I've officially learned how to do it now. It took me a minute.
With putting yourself out there, with playing yourself, do you feel like there's a biggest misconception about you in any way?
I don't think anybody really knows me, which is great.
That good, or?
I think it's great.
That's kind of slick. How'd you get away with that?
Play yourself and twist it many different ways. Well, because look, the perception of Rick Fox over the years as a player, whether it's the pretty boy, whether it's married to Miss America, all these different, the champion, the this and the that, they are pieces of what I've been able to do or that have been a part of my life or I've accomplished. All those things are a piece of me, but Rick Fox is a character. I literally came to the United States. My real name is Ulrich Fox. I was born in Canada, grew up in the Bahamas. A lot of people don't know that guy.
Right.
And I gave myself the name Rick Fox to fit in because kids couldn't pronounce Ulrich Fox.
Mm-hmm. And it's so easy, people.
But I mean, when you're coming from a little island and you're fitting into this new country and you don't want to be alienated, and you introduce yourself with your real name and kids can't pronounce it and they're laughing, instantly the anxiety kicks in and you think, I'm not going to be accepted. I'm not going to fit in. And so I said, look, just call me Rick Fox. And from that day on, kind of like Rick Fox was born. And so I've never truly
set it all out.
Really embraced the Rick Fox of it all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny sometimes to sit on the side and play Rick Fox.
Right. But that's cool because there's still humbleness to it and still some fun. You still can explore a lot. You still have a lot of fun with that.
I do. And I'm able to play with it because it's not fully me.
Yeah, I love that.
I still have a part of me that that I get to keep with my family and people that know me well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know it's so interesting because I learned that you said that your body type used to be an insecurity for you. Mm-hmm. How has that changed so far? Because now you're in better hands.
Acting is great for that.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, well, why did you want to act? I mean, you done all this, you have all that you have, why don't you just go retire and do something else?
That's
why don't you
boring.
Just be a coach, man? And I'd gone to school for radio, television, and motion pictures, so I understood the business of the entertainment world, and that was interesting. But I took a drama class at the end of my senior year, and it opened me up to something that I had a great teacher.
Was this during the radio and TV drama?
Yeah, well, it didn't even fit into that major. I'd already accomplished a major, but I just needed to fill some hours, and I took a drama class, and where I was a tree and everything, But it really took me. It opened up the creative side of me, and so once that was kind of opened up, it was hard to close, and I explored it with a movie. with Eddie, and then I got into Oz, and he got game, and then I realized what I really wanted to do after I was done playing was act, and the reason I wanted to do that was because in acting, it's really self-discovery. You're really learning more and more about yourself and peeling back layers and layers and layers so that you can use that in your work. And so I think actors are some of the healthiest people in the world because they actually they really dig in and they discover who they are and what moves them and what they react to, and then they're able to actually, I think, expand and have a pretty fruitful life. So I don't know if we're all physically healthy, but I know we're emotionally.
At least you have a water bottle. At least you have a bottle that he actually brought here. That's healthy enough.
No, I meant more emotionally, the emotional health. Like we laugh, cry, we express anger, we let out a lot of emotions that a lot of people keep bottled up. And we have an outlet to do that.
That's awesome. So when do we get to see the singing version of Rick Fox? Like, are we going to get some Neil Diamond today? Because I heard that was your thing.
I didn't know Neil Diamond was my thing. I really didn't.
This is how I put it together.
It is my thing, but I didn't know it was my thing.
Right.
I didn't know it was my thing until I started doing karaoke with my kids. And everyone had...
Care to venture a little bit? No. Dang it.
No.
Sorry, I told them I was going to get you to sing, but it didn't work. I asked. So.
I didn't know that, and I went on a search for my karaoke song, just in case I ever got put on the spot. And, weirdly enough, it was something that I didn't even expect it to be. I didn't grow up a Neil Diamond fan, but... it just, the wheelhouse worked.
So are we going to see, what's next for Rick Fox? We have all these possibilities going on. We've seen you in so many different ventures. What's next for you in Hollywood? I mean, you could really do anything.
Well, I'm going to continue this journey as an actor. I've been producing I've produced some things.
That's what I wanted to hear,
producing some potential ventures.
Cool.
Shot a couple movies in the last month that'll
Directing
come out.
a little bit?
That's when I turn about 60. So. But no, I want to do that.
Plan, though.
Yeah. I mean, look, I started my acting career in the middle of my basketball career, it's like, at some point I will definitely transition there. But there's a lot left for me that I want to discover as an actor. But there's directors out there to do both.
Yeah, cool.
But I right now just the McCarthys of tomorrow, which I'm extremely excited about seeing.
Without spoiling it, what do we need to look forward to? Do I need to have my popcorn and wine, or should I have just like nothing so I don't bust out laughing? I mean, what am I?
You're gonna laugh. You'll laugh.
Plan to laugh.
So you definitely bring your popcorn. I know you guys are famous for your popcorn.
We really are.
Yeah, which is good. I may have to take a bag on the way out. Yes. And then also. In a lesser role where I don't play myself, I will be on Mom, which is another CBS show earlier in the night. But,
awesome.
But if you want the full meal of Rick Fox, then you tune in for the McCarthys.
Love it. Love it. You guys make sure you tune in tomorrow, 8:30, 9:30 Central. So.
Asking you to please tune in tomorrow on CBS for the McCarthys, 9:30, 8:30 Central.
And make sure you leave your comments and see what you think. Obviously, you can tweet Rick, and he will make sure to respond, correct?
I do it all the time.
Love it. Well, thanks so much for tuning in on Portraits, and we'll see you guys next time.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.